I wasn't looking for your secrets.
This is a morning show, for God's sake.
DJ Envy.
Better known as the People's Choice. And salute to all my light-skinned brothers out there.
Jess Hilarious.
Jess with the worldwide mess. Jess don't do no lying.
And Charlamagne the God.
Dog here today.
Everybody come to the Breakfast Club. I call this the hot seat.
Breakfast Club is like being on America's front porch.
Don't feel like my rich cousins that never talk to me tonight.
Every time I go to the Breakfast Club, I know it's gonna be like a good morning.
I'm getting
Good morning, USA.
Yo, 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 yo.
Jess is on maternity leave. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning,
How you feeling?
I feel great. How are you?
Good. It's Fashion Week, so I know it's Fashion Week starts today. I know you're gonna be out and about.
I was just thinking, like, maybe I'll take tonight off and then start tomorrow so I could, like, catch up from the week. I literally was thinking that this morning.
Because, you know, of course, Fashion Week happens every year in New York, New Jersey area. And it's always a bunch of parties. There's always a bunch of fashion. I don't really go like that anymore. Pop-up events, I know. But I figure I said Lauren's going to be going because Lauren's heavily into fashion.
I got to pace myself. It's a whole week.
That's a whole week of stuff, yeah.
I got to pace myself. But I am going to be out and about. So y'all got some stuff going on, hit me. Let me know what's going on.
All right, Charlamagne, I'll be here in a second. I'm sure he's running a little late. I'm sure there's traffic or something like that. But we got a big show today. We got a lot of people stepping up and joining us this morning. LL Cool J will be joining us. His new album, The Force, is out today. Queen's own, so we're going to be kicking it with LL. And then also Kevin Hart and Will Pecker. They have a new, I guess it's a series. It's called Fight Night, The $1 Million Heist. Now, the first 3 episodes dropped yesterday. The remaining 5 will be released one at a time every Thursday.
And Kevin was in here taking shots, y'all, so...
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. So we're going to kick it with both of those. Now, did you watch the episodes yet? Not yet.
No, not yet.
I haven't got a chance to watch it this yet. I'm going to watch everything this week.
I'm trying to figure out how y'all watch TV,
Mm-hmm.
how y'all are parents, how y'all run these businesses.
Right.
Yesterday, I was so tired I didn't want to make dinner. Y'all got to do homework.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got to know what's going on. Y'all are real grown-ups. I'm not there yet.
Well, we also have spouses that help us out a lot.
Okay, true.
So that's the most important thing. But I think it's time management. You know, you got to figure everything out. So like my daughter, I know I got to pick her up at a certain time. So I try to get as much as I can before I have to go pick her up. And then once I pick up my kids, I call it daddy daycare. It's daddy, let's do this. Daddy, let's do that. Daddy, let's do this. Daddy, I want pizza. Daddy, let's play this. Daddy, let's get in the pool. Daddy, I got practice. Daddy, I need this. Daddy, I need that. Then, you know, I got my older kids. That one goes to college. The other one's home. Daddy, I need this. Daddy, can you help me with that? So it's daddy daycare.
Yeah, yesterday. If I had a kid yesterday, I was like, man, I might have to ship him somewhere.
Jesus.
A week or two. Like, I just need sleep.
And then NFL came back. Did you watch the game last night?
No, you know I didn't watch the game. I saw some of the things, the points on Twitter, but
the points?
Yeah,
the
like
score?
Not the points, like the actual. I mean, like the things that people were talking about.
Got you. Okay. All right. Yeah, it was a great game. Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens. You watched the game, Red? You watched it to the end?
Did y'all see Taylor Swift? She was there.
That's all you cared about.
I mean, y'all asked yesterday if she was coming. She was there.
It was an amazing game, the first game of the season, and that's what you asked, if Taylor Swift.
I'm sure everyone in the stands was thinking the same thing, too. Like, is she here?
I'm sure they weren't. I'm sure they were into the game.
It's okay.
Well, let's get the show cracking. We got front page news. Morgan will be joining us. There's a lot to discuss, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Oh, Rich Homie Quan?
Yes, man.
Can we play some Rich Homie Quan?
We got to.
On a Friday? Turn it up a little bit. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Rest in peace, brother. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren's filling in for Jess. And rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. I'm sure we'll get into it in the rumors in a little bit. But let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. It could be a good morning, but that definitely makes me feel some type of way, that news, for sure. RIP to Rich Homie Quan. Huge fan. But Election Day is less than 2 months away, so make sure you're registered to vote. Check out vote.gov for more information on how to register and where your polling locations are in your area. Vice President Kamala Harris, now she used her first visit to New Hampshire in years to make a promise to small business owners. During a campaign stop in Northampton yesterday, Harris said if elected president, she'll work to create an economy where everyone can succeed. Harris also said small business owners are some of the country's hardest workers, and she pledged to help more small businesses so they can be profitable for generations to come. Let's hear more from VP Harris in New Hampshire.
And I've met so many entrepreneurs across the country who take the incredible leap of faith that is required to start a small business. Folks who put their life savings on the line and work through the weekends and holidays. They aren't just building a business, they're pursuing a dream.
Yeah, so Vice President Harris said, she will head to Pittsburgh to get ready for next week's debate. Her running mate, Tim Walz, will also be in Pennsylvania where he will speak in Erie tonight, so we'll hear from him. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump, he says his economic plan would bring down inflation. During a speech at the Economic Club in New York on Thursday, that was yesterday, the Republican presidential candidate says domestic drilling will be the key. He also went after Vice President Kamala Harris's proposal to ban price gouging on groceries. Trump called the Democratic nominee a Marxist and comrade Kamala Harris. Let's hear more from former President Trump.
That means we're going down and getting gasoline below $2 a gallon, bring down the price of everything from electricity rates to groceries, airfares, and housing costs. We have more liquid gold under our feet than any other country, including Russia and Saudi Arabia. Kamala launched a war on American energy and orchestrated a nation-wrecking border invasion.
During his speech, he also endorsed the idea of forming a commission to audit government spending that could include a role for billionaire Elon Musk. Let's hear those comments from Trump.
I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government. Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head that task force.
Yeah, so the proposed commission would be
Elon not very busy.
Yeah, so the proposed commission would be responsible for auditing federal government spending. It will also recommend new reforms. I'm not sure that Elon's the man for that job, but hey, to each his own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, man. This whole election is interesting because it's going to be close come November. I like how, the vice president is hitting the ground and speaking to people in these battleground states. But I do feel like I think she does need to do more outreach in the press. Because I believe it's a lot of excitement within the party and in like that blue bubble. But she got to excite the folks outside of that bubble because I don't want this to be one of those elections where she wins the popular vote but loses the electoral college vote.
Right, makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
She's starting to do interviews, right? I seen she's doing something with Ricky Smiley. I thought she was doing something else I seen next week. So maybe she is getting out there.
I'm going to come to the Breakfast Club. Hey, girl.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Wake it up. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
What's up, DJ? Symantha. I just want to give a shout out to my wife on her way to work this morning, Shabria. And I'm getting this for my kids for school right now, so I just want to say shout out to them.
All right, man. You have a great day. You don't want to say that? You want to say the kids' names?
DJ and Duke. And my wife's name is Shabria.
Peace, Shabria. Peace, DJ. Peace, Duke. Good morning. R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan.
Absolutely. Have a good one, brother. Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's good? It's Jonah from Indiana.
Jonah, what up? Get it off your chest, Jonah.
Yo, Breakfast Club, man. Good morning. Appreciate y'all for having me on. I just want to make sure everybody go out there and vote. Do y'all part when it comes to making sure that we have a democracy come 2028, man. I don't know if y'all remember in
2028. We just trying to make it to 2025. Whoa. You said 2028. We trying to make it to 2025, brother.
Talking about 2025. If we make it happen in November, most definitely we gonna make it to 2028. So I just want people to remember that in 2020 we had long lines for people to vote. People had to wear masks, social distance, and all of that. We don't want to go back to that. So do y'all part. Make sure, we got a future to look forward to for our kids and grandkids.
All right, brother. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is DJ. What's up, baby?
DJ, what's up? Get it off your chest.
Nothing, Charlamagne there?
I'm right here, sir. How are you?
I don't understand how you say you 2A all day, but assault weapons. I have multiple AR-15s, and I think we need them.
Why do you tell me why you think we need AR-15s?
Well, one, if the sad reality of America is that are here, and if you ban them, you're banning them from legally owned, law-abiding citizens. Because we know criminals do not follow gun laws.
So like I said yesterday, the only reason you would have a gun like that is because you're ready for war.
Yes, and criminals have them. So if a criminal has them, I have them.
He's saying the bad guys have those type of guns. So if I need to protect myself, I want to have the same type of guns the bad guys have.
And two, my neighbor, he was successfully able to thwart a home invasion when 3 armed guys tried to invade his home. He picked up his AR-15 and was able to handle them when they all was armed on camera. So I'm not going to pick up a handgun when 3 guys who are armed trying to break in my home.
I just think AR-15 is too much power. I think that assault weapon is too much power for a civilian.
But everybody don't live behind the gated community like y'all do.
I mean, gates don't matter nowadays.
Yeah,
hey, gates don't matter, especially if people got AR-15. So I'm not against your point.
But if 3 guys try to break in your house, you gonna pick up a handgun? You gonna be outgunned. If I pick up my AR, I have a level playing field. If I have the opportunity to protect my family with superior firepower, I'm gonna have the superior firepower.
That is the worst case scenario, and in that scenario, I do wish I'm glad that you got an AR-15. But when those same guns are available for people to be able to pick them up and take them into public places and kill multiple people, we got to figure something out.
But I think there need to be 100 more Charlamagnes who spread mental health awareness. I think that's the mental health issue we have.
I agree with that too, but I mean, 2 things can be true, right? Like, I mean, don't you think we need more mental health resources and some common sense gun reform?
Yeah, but sometimes at 18, do you think somebody at 18, right? Because you can get a rifle at 18, some places 16. You can pick up an AR-15 and 16 years old. Do you think having that much power for a 16-year-old or 18-year-old is good?
Yeah, but listen to what he's saying, Envy. What he's saying is true. We do need more mental health resources, but I also feel like we need some common sense gun reform. So what I would ask you, my brother, what
handguns account for most of the mass shootings in America. And they putting switches on them. So
they are putting switches on. So what do we do? What's the answer here?
Mental health. I mean, that's what it has to be.
You need more than mental
health.
health.
The reality is AR-15s are here in the United States of America.
I think
if you ban them, you're only banning them from law-abiding citizens.
I think it's a combination.
Not follow gun laws.
I don't disagree with you, but I think it's a combination of the two. But it is a complex issue. I mean, it really, truly is.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Ray. Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is. We live?
Hello, who's this?
Hey, hello, peace and blessings, man. Good morning, guys. It's been a minute.
Sean Stone, what's up? It's been a minute.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. Charlamagne, good morning. Lauren.
Peace, Sean
Stone.
Good
morning.
How the baby?
Baby's good, man. My son just went back to Maryland. He was with me for 3 months in Florida, so he was able to bond with his sister.
Yep.
Love that for y'all.
We just out here, man. But want to shout out to rich homie Quan, man. Rest in peace to him. For him dying at 33, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
34.
34, that's still crazy.
Yeah.
But, that's life. And also, I was watching some videos out there, man. I saw Fat Joe with a new video with Remy Ma. I love you, Crack, but I just want to tell you to put on a sports bra.
Yo.
You know what I mean? And also, A$AP Rocky. He came out with a new song, so I decided to check out his music video. I really don't understand why he got a white man in his video naked if he's straight. I guess Rihanna is not enough for him. I don't know.
So you just woke up angry at all rappers?
He wrote a list. He said, I'm going to get this off.
Say something nice about somebody, Sean.
Yeah, say something nice about Trav.
It's just weird to see these people. And then also it's crazy. Breakfast Club premiering Trav and Blind Beauty, We Outside. That's trash-ass music, Charlamagne.
It's than yours.
It's not better than mine.
It's better than anything I've ever heard you do. I'm being totally honest with you, Sean. And
you could freestyle?
No, I'm not going freestyle, Lauren. But I want you to just go to Sean Stone TV on IG, and you could check out my song, and you could see that my song is called Vibe. It's way better than Trav.
It is not even close.
Are you a rapper, or are you like, what do you do?
I do music. I like to write music, and I like to sing music. So I think my song is way better than his song. And it's crazy how Charlamagne said it's not. You never even listen to my song.
Sure haven't. But I can guarantee it's better than yours.
Sean Stone.
I know that with a shadow of doubt. I need nothing. I need no evidence to back that up. And I'd like to record the show. Nyla Symone, who is a DJ, She picked We Outside. Ain't nobody tell her to do that. Like, that wasn't no Breakfast Club
I was at a party and they
favorite.
dropped it. I thought it was the City Girls, honestly.
Sean is such a hater. Could you just hear the hate coming out his pores this morning? And that's why you ain't getting what you want, Sean. What did I tell y'all the other day? You got to clap for other people. If you can't clap for other people, nobody's going to clap for you.
I know somebody who wakes up like angry and just like spewing like hate and
Who's that?
bad vibes.
Who's that?
I think it's a common friend that we have, Envy.
Yeah?
Yeah, like it felt very, when I felt Sean Stone, it felt very familiar to the room.
The energy was the same?
Oh, yes.
Well, tell your hairdresser stop texting you early in the morning. All right.
Not to get the hey boo text early in the morning. Hey boo.
Hello, who's this?
What's going on, man? Just giving a shout out to all the teachers out there, man. First week back at school, sending them lots of love to the kids, man. Wishing them a positive, successful school year, and shout out to the Breakfast Club family.
Thank you,
All
King.
right, brother. Have a good one, man. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa coming up.
Yes, we are going to take some time to pay tribute to Rich Homie Quan, talk about his influence, but also we're going to get into, I know a lot of people just want to know, what happened and what's being reported around his passing. So we're going to get into all that this morning.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a coach assistant.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Alrighty, guys. So yesterday, news had begun to circulate. I know I was getting calls, stuff was hitting Twitter, that Rich Homie Quan, rapper Rich Homie Quan, had passed away, and it was later confirmed that this did happen. So I spoke to a source close to the family, who said that his family was devastated. They were trying to figure out, like what happened, why. And I know TMZ also confirmed the story with the same statement. And details later came out that basically he was home. I guess he was asleep on the couch. His girlfriend, who was the one who called 911, said that he was asleep. She put a blanket on him, left, took their kid to school. Came back and realized that he had never moved from the couch, which was kind of weird for him. So she went to check on him, and when she went to check on him, she didn't feel a heartbeat or anything like that. So she turned him over, and then he was foaming at the mouth, which is when she calls 911. And there's a 911 call out there that I am not going to play. It was just hearing her in the call. I just was like, man, I felt for her. You know what I mean? You hear people in the background kind of coming and they're trying to figure out what's happening. But
why do we need to hear those 911 calls? Like, why are those released to the general public? I just like, what's the reason? Like,
we don't need to. I think it's an invasion of privacy. I
think so. On the police side, when it's not a situation like this, I think it goes to the same thing that like a body cam does, where there's like they want to make sure that there's like a transparency in how things are handled from start to finish. But also too, you can even like there are programs out there where even if it's not released to you, you can go and find a 911 call online. Anyone can go and do that.
That's just insane.
Yeah, like whatever. But man, I don't know. This one caught me off guard because I feel like Rich Homie Quan, he's been out the way. He says so himself. But there was a lot of people, just sending their rest in pieces. I know one of the first artists I saw post about it was Boosie. And he talked about how he had just spoken to him and, can't believe what was happening. Little Kim posted about their relationship as well too. Like just, them having like a really great friendship. Quavo posted, and there was a photo circulating of it was like Quavo, Kevin Lyles, Takeoff, Offset, and just looking at that photo, a lot of people were like, man, Atlanta, like we've lost so many good artists, and then Quavo and Offset are not even speaking to each other, and these people are the sounds of Atlanta. Rich Homie Quan was also in that photo as well too.
Well, they're speaking now as of yesterday.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, and then after that happened, Quavo posted that him and Offset had a great conversation. He said it was, a good convo with his bro when he put the infinity chain symbol in the prayer hand. So
that's good.
I hate to see it happen through grief, but just to see that they're talking and they're there for each other because, these guys all came up together. So I'm sure they have a relationship that none of us would ever understand. But there were also some things circulating online that I thought were pretty interesting. Just some conversations that Rich Homie Quan had been having over the time. And he struggled with addiction for some time. And again, his cause of death has not been confirmed. But There was a big conversation yesterday around, just some of the things that he had battled with while he was here. Let's take a listen to him on My Expert Opinion.
I can't drop no music. My show money down. Man, I got a dark cloud over my head, bro. I probably was the person. I would definitely say I probably was the lowest I was in my life. Cause you got to think, man. I went from here to here fast. I blame myself, and it's growth. And I know it wasn't my fault.
Was it drugs involved?
Oh yeah, man. I was on Molly every day, geeked up. Fight down. Listen, I'm talking, bro. I felt like I couldn't do a show or a song without being on Molly. Before some type of way, we was doing so many shows, I couldn't stay up. So I knew some people like, bro, I got something to keep you up, and my kept me up. It
was a machine after that.
Yeah, so he had openly talked about his addictions and just the battle of being like, I feel like a lot of people felt like with Rich Homie Quan, like his music was a soundtrack of a certain part of your life, and then he kind of took a step back. Like he was going through label stuff, he was going through stuff with like Thug, and even to this day they were still going through things. And there was recently an interview that he did where he talked about reconciling with Young Thug. Let's take a listen to that.
And I heard you on stage screaming "Free Thugger," right? Is there any chance that at some point in the future, either be unreleased music or whatnot, that we'll hear y'all on a song together again?
That I don't know, because we do have a lot of unreleased. We do have a lot of music that hasn't been released, but who knows what the future holds? First and foremost, let's free Thugger, let's free anybody locked up, let's free Lugo, Lucci. It's a touchy situation, so I try not to talk about it a lot, but I don't know what the future holds, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have a conversation, and then it'll start from there.
Okay, sure. I like that answer.
Just thinking about Thug, just like a Rich Gang reunion potentially, right? And then now that not being able to happen, it's like, man.
Well, I will say this: I did listen to the 911 call, and I mean it was just disheartening. One of the things that I want to tell everybody out there is during the call, the person on the call was trying to tell Rich Homie's girlfriend how to do CPR, right? And was asking about a defibrillator. And I was thinking to myself, damn, if something happened to one of my kids or my family members, I don't know CPR.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't know what to do.
And a normal person just doesn't have a defibrillator in their house. Like,
no.
I know of it because I used to work on planes, and when I heard her ask that, I'm like, that's like a normal question they ask you.
But was that like a breathing device, right?
No,
it's the thing that gives you
pumps
the
your
shock.
heart. They shock your heart to get your heart rate.
So you're supposed to do chest compressions, and then you hit with the defibrillator to kind of get the person back going if they.
But it made me
Who the
order
hell
one.
would have that just sitting around in their house?
That's what I said.
But it made me order one yesterday. I mean, I ordered one on Amazon. Me and my wife ordered one on Amazon, and we scheduled ourselves to take classes.
How much that thing cost?
Just in case. My wife ordered it. It wasn't that expensive. But my wife
call
ordered
that expensive? Rich Dominican man.
I'm not Dominican. I'm black, but
he ain't deny being rich though. You hear this thing go way.
Big envy, not the little one.
That's crazy. But it made me take. But see, you're missing the point. It just made me in the family take schedule classes for CPR.
So how much this thing cost?
So we would learn how to do it.
I'm not. I don't even know what that is. I didn't know that. I would have never guessed that was the thing to do the chest. I thought that was something to do with
you've never been on a plane where there's been a medical emergency?
Nope. Thank God.
They got one up here. So as soon as when you go to the bathroom, it's right on the right hand side. Defibrillator.
Yeah, normally it's on like planes.
Steal that one.
It's you want to steal.
I gotta stop thinking out loud. God,
steal the defibrillator is crazy.
Jesus Christ. Listen, R.I.P. to the young man, Rich Homie Quan, sending healing energy to his family. 34 years old is way too young to pass. When I tell y'all at 34, your life is just getting started. I pray all you young individuals get the opportunity to grow old, man. And then you think about it, too many to a lot of people, he's just an artist. But think about what
he's a dad.
Exactly what he means to his family. That's what I'm saying, man.
I was told by the person that I was speaking to that his dad is so heartbroken. They had a really close relationship.
Yeah, his dad was his manager as well.
Yeah,
very close.
I'm just saying that to say people don't look at these artists as like human beings. It's like they got family. They got people that depend on them.
That's all I think about. As soon as I hear situations like this, I don't think about nothing else other than damn
his family, his kids, his parents.
He's a human being who provides for a lot of folks.
Yep.
Now he's gone. Him changing his life changed a lot of other people's lives.
Yeah, man.
He's no longer here. That's what I be thinking about. And hey, do y'all really got to post text messages and DMs from people after they pass? And it be messages that don't have nothing to do with nothing. Do I really need to know that Rich Homie Quan DM'd you back bet in 2015? Like literally. I mean, why? Why do y'all do that?
I talked to him yesterday, bet.
I just talked to him. August 17th, 2019.
I seen that one too. I'm like, it's just, oh man.
Well,
But definitely rest in peace. To
I ain't seen that one. I was just making stuff up.
No, I seen. I showed it to you.
Please show me that.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. It was like a message from 2020. Like it just doesn't even.
It was
make
it was a
sense.
lot of little messages floating around yesterday for
But
Rich
why? Why do people do that? Why you got to repost text messages and DMs for what?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, just to let people know you know him. All right.
Well, again, sending healing energy to
Yeah.
his family and rest in peace. And that is Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. All right, can we play Rich Homie Quan joint
we
for
got
the
some
top of the hour?
stuff.
You got some lifestyle or I know we played Type of Way earlier. Lifestyle. All right, we'll get into that. All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, and let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Yeah, so Republican Vice Presidential candidate J.D. Vance, he spoke in Arizona yesterday about how families can alleviate some of the pressures of childcare costs. Let's hear more from Vance on childcare.
So one of the ways that you might be able to relieve a little bit of pressure on people who are paying so much for daycare is make it so that maybe like grandma or grandpa wants to help out a little bit more, or maybe there's an aunt or uncle that wants to help out a little bit more. If that happens, you relieve some of the pressure on all the resources that we're spending in daycare. Now, you talk about just daycare. Let's say you don't have somebody who can provide that extra set of hands. What we've got to do is actually empower people to get trained in the skills that they need for the 21st century. We've got a lot of people who love kids, who would love to take care of kids, but they can't either because they don't have access to the education that they need.
Who the hell is he talking to? Okay, we've been doing that for. I've been alive since 1978. Okay, that was always the way things were done. You know why? Because we couldn't afford childcare. So if grandma was home or an aunt was home, please watch these kids. All right.
Now it's grandma got to have a life too. Auntie need a life too.
That's right.
But Vance, he did also address the school shooting. He called for tighter school security after the recent shooting in Georgia and said school shootings are a, quote, fact of life. Vance went on to say schools must be prepared for shooting scenarios, telling the crowd it is the reality that we live in. Let's hear more from Vance on the school shooting.
I don't like this. I don't like to admit this. I don't like that this is a fact of life. But if you are a psycho and you want to make headlines, you realize that our schools are soft targets. And we have got to bolster security at our schools. You've got some states with very strict gun laws, and you've got some states that don't have strict gun laws at all. And the states with strict gun laws, they have a lot of school shootings. And the states without strict gun laws, some of them have school shootings too.
What?
Some of that I agree with, you know what I'm saying? Because even if there is some type of common sense gun reform passed, which it won't be because too many of these senators are in the pockets of the NRA, even if there is some type of common sense gun reform, even if there is more mental health resources provided to people, I still think that there should be tighter security at these schools. Like I truly believe that.
But the other thing they can really do is have metal detectors at every school, right?
I think they should,
because they had 2 police officers there, so it wasn't like there weren't no police officers there. So the only thing that they could possibly do is have metal detectors.
I think they should have metal detectors. I think
And
they
mental
should have
health
more
professionals
security.
too, to Charlamagne's point. Mental health professionals could probably help if you know that somebody is going through something. And meanwhile, we knew that this kid was actually being investigated. So if that's a thing, then maybe the school is looped in on those correspondence as well. Speaking of which, the father of the suspect in Wednesday's school shooting, he is being arrested and charged with murder. Let's hear from GBI, that's the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, announcing those charges.
In coordination with the District Attorney Brad Smith, the GBI has arrested Colin Gray, age 54, in connection to the shooting here at Appalachia High School. These charges stem from Mr. Gray knowingly allowing his son, Colt, to possess a weapon.
Colin Gray is the dad. He says he bought the gun as a gift for his son, and he told investigators that he bought an AR-15 style rifle as a holiday present for his son back in December of 2023. Now, that is the same year the boy was investigated for making school threats online. That was May of 2023 when he made those threats. Now, Colin Gray has been charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. His son, 14-year-old Colt Gray, who carried out the shooting, was charged with 4 counts of felony murder and is set to appear in court this morning. where he will be charged as an adult. He's accused of killing 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachian High School in Winder, which is located about 50 miles northeast of Atlanta, just west of Athens, Georgia. 9 others were also injured in that incident. Very, very sad. But like you said yesterday, the parents are going to be held responsible.
But this is the problem, right? There is no minimum age to possess a rifle in Georgia. There is no minimum age.
That's insane.
So is it against the law? Yeah, I want to see the parents be arrested because I feel like the parents should have made sure it was locked up. But if there is no minimum age to possess a rifle in Georgia, what do you what's the real charge? Because the kid could have a rifle in that state, right?
Maybe neglect. I don't know. But, I'll say this, man. It's no one way that this problem will be corrected. There's no one way the problem of mass shootings in America will be corrected. It's going to take a lot of things over a long time. And it's all of these things we're talking about. Yes, you're going to need more mental health resources. Yes, you need common sense gun reform. Yes, in some cases, you got to charge the parents. Mm-hmm. When these kids get access to these weapons, when they take them out the house, whatever it is. And you're going to need more security in schools. It's going to take all of that to stop this epidemic that is mass shootings in school. And it's going to take all of those efforts over a long period of time.
But when does this stuff actually kick in? Because this is the conversation every single time. And then
it's got to. The thing is, it's got to start. We haven't had all these things we're talking about haven't happened. There isn't common sense gun reform, right? There isn't more mental health resources being provided, right? So all of these things, there is no security in schools like it should be. So all of these, we got to get started.
And then not only that, right? If the FBI was talking to this kid, right, and this kid was attending this school that my kid is attending, I think the parents should know. Mm-hmm. I think you should give the parents the option to know and understand so they know what's going on. And if this kid is talking so crazy that the FBI is talking to him, I should have the right to be like, you know what? I don't want my kid to go to their school.
Did they not know? Did the parent?
I have no idea if the parents knew or not. But the fact that was happening, and then I don't even think he should have been allowed back into a regular school that fast. Like a year later, after the FBI is in your home asking you about threats online. I don't think.
I read an article that said he was crying for help. So somebody knew something.
Yeah. I just think all that happened too fast. It was like, oh, okay, made a little mistake on a video game. Send him back to school. No.
Nah, yeah. Definitely need to go to alternative school for a little bit of time, rehabilitate them or something to that effect. I'm not sure, but yeah, like to your point, bring in all the resources. NFL kicked off yesterday, and of course, the Ravens lost to the Chiefs 27-20 at Arrowhead Stadium.
How you feel about that, Morgan?
I'm a little salty, you know what I'm saying, but they can't keep beating us, so I'm gonna just put it to that. Mahomes completed 20 of 28 passes for 291 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. And of course, they took home it. But NFL continues week 1. The Eagles are in Brazil tonight to play the Packers. And of course, Sunday football continues. I don't know. Let's get, that's your front page news. So follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com. Happy Friday, y'all.
You so flustered when your Ravens lost. You are so flustered.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to need this weekend to recover. We'll be back at it.
All right. Now, when we come back, Kevin Hart and Will Packer will be joining us. Their new series, Fight Night, The $1 Million Heist, is out right now. They dropped 3 episodes yesterday, and we're going to talk to them when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Jess is out today.
That's right. She's on maternity leave.
So Lauren LaRosa
Congratulations, Jess.
Mm-hmm. And we got some special guests in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Will Packer.
That's right.
What's happening?
And we have Kevin Hart. He's here.
We have what's left of Kevin Hart.
Is that too loud for you?
So Kevin was supposed to be here early.
Can I tell you the irony of this, right? Kev's hungover right now. But if you read the first chapter in Will Packer's book, he has a chapter called "We Gonna Die Tonight."
Yeah, right. This is true.
And it's essentially this story. This is what you were worried about, Will.
No, on all seriousness. So last night, we're doing promo and everything for Fight Night. We're rolling out all of the carpet of the carpets. So before the actual premiere, we announced it, but I had to leave because I had to do Seth Meyers. Yeah. And Seth Meyers has a segment called Drinking with Seth. You go to a bar and Seth makes these drinks or whatever, and it's like, for an hour and a half to 2 hours, you're drinking throughout the interview.
What could go wrong with that?
And, I don't drink anything outside of my tequila at this point in my life. So, anything else I'm very unfamiliar with. And Seth said, let's close it out with your tequila, but let's start it with everything. So he threw it all at me. Like, I'm talking, it's Jägermeister and Wild Turkey. I mean, we were brown, we were dark.
Kevin, you too old to be mixing stuff.
But
no is a complete sentence.
You can, but you have to understand the beauty of good television. And it was a good conversation, great interview. And while we're drinking for good reason behind the answers, and we finished it with the tequila. We went through a lot. And I just don't remember the back half of the time. And that's why I didn't show up to the after party. I missed that.
Right.
And this morning at 6 a.m., I would have been here, bro.
Why couldn't you miss the after party after the Garden that night so y'all could have just got back to Atlanta?
Because we weren't drinking. That's why I don't understand why he's being a like, we had a good time.
Kevin,
like,
it was our movie.
We weren't up like, oh, man, where's my jacket? We were just out. I had a show. We had to get back.
Biggest movie of our career, okay?
Where's your tampon?
And he leaves.
Jesus Christ,
He
Will.
books a show at Madison Square Garden. He tapes a comedy special in the middle of our movie. He booked it, right? And so he left the show in the middle of it, right? Biggest movie for Universal Studios. He leaves, but you know what he does? Because this is the evil genius of Kevin Hart. He goes, hey man, I got to do this show. It's next week, you know. He tells me a week before. He goes, hey, you know what? You and Tim Story, the director, come. Like, he's like, I got the jet. You know what? Bring the wives. Bring the wives. So my dumb ass, I'm like, you know what?
You brought the wives.
And you know what he said? He said, that way you can make sure that we get back on time. Because I knew we had to shoot the next day. So we were shooting one day. He's going to go do the show that night. And then we had to shoot the next morning on a location we could only get that day.
You know what it's called?
He's like, come with me.
You know what that's called, driver? An alibi. So to get
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
That's a lie.
He's absolutely
you
right.
can't think I'm a professional because the director and the producer are with me. So you can't think I'm an asshole. They would be an asshole.
Too, Kevin has an amazing show at Madison Square Garden. All the celebs come out. Afterwards, we're at an after party that he did not tell me about. I'm in there with Carmelo Anthony buying bottles going, oh, we dying tonight. We turning up tonight.
Why is wars have power? Why are we going to die tonight?
This is when, we going to die tonight means we're having a good time. If you're choosing to die over life, how good of a time is that? Huh? Last night, I didn't say we're going to die tonight. I was like, oh, this is work.
When I was in that club and I saw my career flash before my eyes because I realized there was no way we were going to be able to get back in time, I had that moment because I'm sitting there looking at Kev and I realized we're not going to make it. And Kev looks at me. He goes, well, we tried. We tried.
That was it.
I looked at Kevin Hart and I realized that he had convinced me, the producer and director of the movie, to get on a jet with him so that when Universal called and said, why are y'all over budget and not able to finish the movie? And they say, well, Kevin Hart, Will Pecker, and Tim Story were there. So the producer went with them. It would be on me. I was complicit. I realized that was his evil plan all along.
You called him a diabolical rascal spawn of Satan.
That's true.
By the way, and he means that. That's the sad part.
I love him, but that's truer words never spoken, sir.
I will ask you and your listeners, what is a life without a great story? It's something that can't be talked about. It's untold. A life without stories is nothing. You need stories, good and the bad. He's about a great story. And by the way, that story did what? Amplified our relationship. And look at where we are now.
Fight night.
Huh? We're talking about something else that we're yet in business and we produced and developed together. Do we get here without that moment? No, we do not.
So why did you still want to be his friend after that? After you figured that out, you could have said, you know what? This relationship no longer happens.
See what I'm saying?
But you decided to jump back in.
You need a
little
get to the edge.
Envy, I'm so afraid that if I leave Kevin Hart's life, he'll just implode. Right? He just burn up on the spot. I just don't know what he'd do without me.
I'll be honest with you, it's close to being over. It's close.
What is it about you two that works so well though? Because even like just here with you guys in person, it's like I could listen to this back and forth all day long. Like
real talk, we're each other's most frequent collaborators. Kev's done a ton of movies. I've done a ton of movies, TV projects. We haven't worked with anybody else more than we work with each other.
I'll give Will this on air, and half of it is because I'm still drunk. And drunk. By the way, offer some of the best tequila in the market.
Here it comes.
This is not a commercial, but it's just a time to let people know when it comes to smooth taste and it comes to an elegant product. Well, you gotta understand what and why. Grand Cormino is that and has been that, which is why I drink it at the level that I do. But it's not about that right now. It's not about the product. It's about the passion. And let's get to that. And we'll toast to that after with Gran Coromino. But I will say this about Will. I don't get to where I got in career or business without the information and relationship of Will Packer. You know what I mean? Like when it came to producing and when it came to development or it came to packaging, Will Packer is the guy that was the definition of what that was. So from the early days of Think Like a Man, he was the producer that came to me and said, hey, I got this thing. I want to do this thing. And I think you're the guy. And those are words. Words without action are just that. He put action behind the words. Everything he said he would do, he did. He got the people. He wrangled the directors, the actors, the actresses, the producer, partners, writers, etc. He configured a way to formulate and activate. And I was like, God damn, man, like, how do you do that? And he taught me. Will taught me how to do it. And as I progressed, I never forgot who he was and what he was. So our relationship today is based off of never forget. Like you don't forget the real side of success attached to just care. He gave a fuck about me then. He gives more fuck about me now. In return, I double down on my level of giving a fuck about him. So I don't want to win if I can't figure out a way to win with my brother. So the commitment that we made was, hey man, let's figure out a way to continue. Although Kev, you're doing and you have, but how do we still do? And I love the fact that we still are, and we're committed to figuring out more ways to do more. And what you're seeing to date is a definition of what we want people to follow through with. Like, we are no egos. We are help your brother so he can help you. We are that. And I think it's the best story in Hollywood if people were more privy to how deep and like in depth it actually is.
Facts.
Right?
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
All right, we got more with Kevin Hart and Will Packer. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren's filling in for Jess. And we still kicking it with Kevin Hart and Will Packer. Charlamagne?
The Fight Night TV show, right? It shows these characters operating within a black world where they all hold power. So to your point, Kev, how effective has that concept been for you both in the world of Hollywood?
I think it hasn't been effective enough, and I think, you know, when you look at the Ice Cube and Kevin Hart of it all the middle common denominator, Packer and, all right, guys, let's do this, but let's make it, and Cube come in, and like, there's always a through line of connectivity, and that person has to be willing to go above and beyond. Fight Night is the definition of going above and beyond. All right, Kev, I got this idea. The idea came after I was supposed to do Uptown Saturday Night. Uptown Saturday Night was going to be me and Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace to the legend himself. I had no idea, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do that without Chadwick. That project is dead to me. Will had the actual rights to the original story, the true story. So Will came to me. I said, Will, I can't do a comedy because of this. Can it be serious? Can we do it in a way to where it's like a lot deeper, raw, real? He said, Kevin, absolutely. Hey, the podcast points me to the podcast that he was a part of, that understood, etc. All right, this is like real information now, real knowledge. Will, I'm a with it because it's you, but let's make sure that we try to go above and beyond to package it correctly. How do we do a premium cultural like piece of IP that has the bandwidth to live forever? And you can't do that without big stars. To get big stars, you need real relationships. So the leverage of understanding that we both shared and that we had at the top of get the studio's commitment, get the studio to back and support, then go get the talent. I got to be honest with you, my guy was a big part of all of that conversation. And I followed the lead of most. And I think where we were collaborative was dope. And the outcome was amazing talent, configuration, and now an example of what the business should follow through with.
That part is true. I will tell you that. Like Kev has definitely reached a part in his career, a moment in his career where, you know, you've had success and it's like, how do you grow? How do you work with people that you respect? And how do you build a machine that then empowers others? It's interesting, Charlamagne, you talked about like the world of Fight Night. Fight Night is really about a group of hustlers, dreamers, entrepreneurs who are trying to take Atlanta and turn it into something. This is back in 1970, right? Martin Luther King had just been shot a couple years earlier. Atlanta was like seen as a small country town that, you know, had a couple civil rights folks. Like, people didn't know if it was going to be the next Charlotte or Birmingham, and nothing wrong with those cities, but it definitely wasn't looked at on the level of like a global superpower or New York, Chicago, LA. You know, it was Atlanta, and it was not respected. But you had a group of folks, which is not unlike how Black Hollywood is right now, where you got a group of dreamers trying to figure out how do we work together. Now, of course, in Fight Night, you got, you know, a character who's Kevin's character. He's a hustler. He's going, yo, give me a shot. Give me a chance. I can just turn Atlanta into something great. Chicken Man. Weirdly, Sam Jackson, who plays the big gangster, the Black Godfather, in the show, he actually has also got a dream too, right? Even though he's a big gangster, he's running the Black Mafia, his dream is saying, you know what? The white man's been holding me down for a very long time. If y'all give me a shot and an opportunity, I can take over Atlanta. I can turn Atlanta into a black Mecca. Oddly, even though like Kev and Sam's characters are at odds for most of the series, the reality is that they have the same kind of a dream. That's kind of how it is right now in terms of like folks like us in Hollywood in real life who are all trying to work together.
Is it true that Samuel L. Jackson was really there in Atlanta during that time?
Right there, dog. He was at Morehouse.
Yeah, Sam old as
Sam might hear this.
Sam, I remember like we were on a call with Sam at the start of it when Sam said like, yo, he liked that he would do it. We were on a call, we going through the material, seeing what Sam said about the characters. Sam was like, yeah, man, y'all got to change a lot of the because more happened then. I was like, well, Sam, you know, I think we got the story, you know, because we, you know, the podcast and everything, we got the real information. He's like, I was there. I was like,
he did. He definitely did.
Sam?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? That happened. Like, Sam he's very adamant about telling you where he was, what he knows. So the story of Fight Night got better. It got so much better as we went on.
How do you manage all these big ass personalities, bro? Kevin Hart, Taraji P. Henson, Samuel L. Jackson, Don Cheadle. How do you do it?
That is the hardest part of the job as a producer. You know what I mean? And in real talk, it's awesome when you got somebody like Kev who gets it, who understands at the end of the day what the bigger picture is. But a lot of times, I don't care if it's, you know, Hollywood, music, you know, stock market, whatever it is.
You say, Kev,
I'm not gonna talk to them.
Can you talk to them for me? Is what you say.
How much do you argue with Kev though? Because he seems like he's a lot.
Oh, bruh, let me tell you something.
I'm the least problem that you will ever have in any work environment.
That's true.
Unproblematic.
He's unproblematic. I mean, the challenge with Kevin is that he will overdo things, right? He will do things like have a show in Madison Square Garden at the same time that we have a big scene in our movie. Now, he's definitely
That's the one.
He's not a moderation guy. You know what I mean? That's part of the challenge. So that's why I'm here on the Breakfast Club. He eating this turkey sandwich, trying to get some grease in his gut.
Hot. It didn't burn you.
You should at least let it cool a little bit. Come on, animal.
This is what I needed.
Yeah, this is it.
Now, what Hollywood
This is why I can't take Kev. Listen,
I can't take him
serious. He does a phenomenal job as Chicken Man, but I can't take him serious in dramas because it just always seems like he's trying to make you laugh.
It's always jokes.
But can I tell you something? Real talk, Chicken Man's his best work yet. I'm telling you, you look at what he's doing with his eyes. And you know, a lot of people, you know, it's known that comedians they pull from pain, right? And that's how they deflect, and that's where a lot of the comedy comes from. Kevin's no exception. But the reality is that when he said we got to do this as a drama, that was a big risk because people say, all right, Fight Night, Kevin Hart starring it, let's go, I'm ready to laugh, like you said, Charlamagne. But the reality is that this is serious. Now you have moments of levity, but the tone, make no mistake, is dramatic. Like it goes there.
Do you challenge yourself to do things outside of just comedy? Say, I just don't want this comedic role, I want this serious role. Do you challenge yourself, or do you just take roles that come?
None of it is a challenge. By the way, I'm developing the things that I do. Nothing is coming to me. I'm creating the things, or I'm a part of the process of how it gets to the final stages. I'm at that point. But I have no desire for the star of Kevin Hart to get bigger. That's so gone and done with. I'm more about the success of others, the success of the entity, the success of the brand, and I'm more importantly, the success of what we represent and what we can look back and say we did. That's bigger now than a conversation of myself. I did it. I'm done. What else am I going to do at this point?
All right, we got more with Kevin Hart and Will Packer. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess, and we're still kicking it with Kevin Hart and Will Packer. Charlamagne?
Was it hard to find someone to play Muhammad Ali? And did you ever consider Will Smith?
We couldn't afford Will Smith.
Very challenging, right? And I think that you got to understand, obviously that's an icon. He's been portrayed before. For us, it was about finding a newcomer that wouldn't pull you out because these other characters you didn't know. Nobody knew Chicken Man, Kevin Hart's character, or Vivian Taraji's character, or Frank Moulton, Sam's character. But, everybody knows Muhammad Ali. So I think to have somebody in that role who you had some familiarity with and who you associated with something else would have pulled you out. And we really wanted to immerse you. Even with these big stars, we really wanted to take you to a time period, right, 50 years ago and really drop you in and be as authentic as possible. And we've paid a lot of attention to the detail and the nuances to try to get this thing right.
Boy, oh boy, did we choose right.
Yeah, come on, man. This cast. And by the way, not just the big names that you know. Like, there's some cats. Dexter Darden. Dexter Darden, you're going to be hearing a lot from him. There's some young gunners in this cast that you're going to be hearing that I predict you're going to look back and go, yo, remember when so-and-so went toe-to-toe with Kevin Hart and Sam Jackson?
Dexter Darden,
yes.
Melvin Gregg,
Miles Bullock, Cinqua Walls, Chloe Bailey does her thing. Yep, Lori Harvey jumps in.
I think you have the future of Hollywood.
Yeah.
My wife said that, and I was like, I don't think that's Lori because she looked so different.
Yeah,
Layla Hathaway. No,
Lola Falana.
But I think you're seeing an amazing example of baton passing. You're looking at people that are established, have been established for so long, and Sam and Taraji and Terrence and Don.
Yeah.
And then you also have the second tier of talent that is a valuable piece of this puzzle where they're toe-to-toe with the big names and you don't blink an eye. You understand why everybody is there and you respect the talent on screen and you still respect the story. You're never taken outside of the story. So for that younger generation that we were able to onboard,
no question.
It's a great example of what we want to do.
No question.
We want to be the example for the next generation, the bridge. We want to be the example for Global Success 4 or the new star that popped on.
Yep.
If we're part of those stories, then how dope is that? Like, that's the bigger side of the conversation of want.
Teresa Celeste, Jalen Hall. These are names you're going to know.
I have a question. I was late here. I'll be late. Go ahead, Lauren.
Monique and Lee Daniels just did the Deliverance.
Yes.
Are we ever going to see a reconciliation with you and her? Because she...
I don't have a problem.
I know that there's no problem.
To reconcile.
No, but she has said that, like, I know when she was doing Club Shay Shay and they talked about it, and she was talking about the phone call that happened from your team or whatever, right? Is there ever going to be a conversation that we hear you talk about where y'all two have another conversation about that and move forward?
I'll challenge your question with a better question.
Go ahead. You've been doing this for a long time.
Do you ever hear me talk about anyone? Do you ever hear anything bad come from me? No. There's no problem between me and Monique. There never will be. There's no problem between me and anybody else. There's nothing to reconcile. There's no problem. So all these problems that have been attached to Kevin Hart, they're one-sided. I don't have a problem with anybody.
I agree with that. It takes two people, right, to have a conflict.
That's what it has to be.
It's not a thing.
Social media has us up to the point of what you hear is what you're forced to believe.
Got you.
You do not understand, like, the common ground for truth is always a conversation. And if there ever is a conversation, then you're not forward-facing in a public statement. Ever. I didn't say anything about what I did for Monique or my gestures. You never would have heard it. It's a one-sided version or reason for. And by the way, I have no rebuttal to it. I stand on the side of I'm unproblematic. And if me and Mo want to do or could do or would do, we will. But that's a me and Mo thing. Like this new thing that people are like, let me tell you something, world.
Yeah.
That's a very, like, I want to be honest, I'm 45 years old. I'm 45 years old. And by the way, team or not, it's not hard to find me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, my schedule is online.
So she hasn't hit you since all of that stuff.
Me and Monique have had conversations, and those are me and Monique's conversations.
There you go.
Before and after. That's
go.
called adulting.
There you go.
I don't unadult.
Yeah.
So all of these new ways of conversation and finger pointing, it's very easy.
But you know, that's what I like about the movie Fight Night, right? Because it seems like they show each character in the movie as a hero in their own story, but a villain in somebody else's. So you see those different perspectives.
It's a super complicated narrative, which are my favorite kinds, because your protagonists, right, your quote-unquote heroes, are very gray and are very flawed, like in real life. And your antagonists are people that you root for. Those are my favorite kinds of narratives. I love that because we all know the world is not black and white, right? And so you're absolutely right. It's about complex people at a complex time. And that's really what the show was.
There's not a bigger supporter for the movement of people doing good and Monique Lee Daniels reconciling that relationship. However it happened, great. Dope for them. Did a movie together after. Great story. Dope for them. I want to see more. Keep doing great. The conversation of anything else negative attached to a person's and their reservations and feelings to me, I want to see nothing but good for all. Like, I would love to see us all win. I would love to see us all at a table where we all can do. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, I guess it wasn't meant to be. But you can't have a stance of negativity, also a real initiative to move forward and like motivate, inspire, create, or do whatever. You can't be both. So it's either like you're one or the other. And if you are part of creativity, inspiration, collaboration, motivation, connectivity, then that has to be it. And whatever you gather along the way and whoever you align yourself with along the way, well, y'all all a part of the same story. If things fall apart through the duration of, it wasn't meant to be on that train. Some people miss a train. It's just life. Some people don't make it in time to catch the train. And the train that's going to go is going to go. Why do you think trains can't stop fast? They're moving. So either you're on the train or you're not. And if you didn't, catch the next train. That's life.
What makes it successful? Because, Hollywood didn't change. Before it was blockbuster movies. But now, there's so many other platforms to put your movie on. So what is successful for...
But there's still quantitative metrics that they use to determine.
Quantitative?
I learned that at HBCU, brother. Just letting you know. I did. I'm just that. Well, why is it? Because the reality is that you still have ways that you can determine how many people watched it, if the audience was into it, if they were engaged. And that stuff is important. And so that is definitely a part of what we do. Honestly, though, right now, it's about, I just want people to feel stuff. You know what I mean? I want to feel like we're touching the culture. I want to feel like whatever it is that we do, we don't have people feeling like we wasted their time. That's the point that we at.
In conclusion, the big takeaways for audience are very simple, man. The first one, of course, is Fight Night. Now streaming on Peacock. Do yourself a service and us a favor. Go watch it. A very good show, an amazing story that I think should have been told a long time ago. But for the city of Atlanta that we all know and love, it's a great highlight of how Atlanta got to be what it is now.
Facts.
Understanding the early stages of it, understanding the origin for us all, especially people of color, culture. We need to know. It's a great story.
8 parts, 8-part limit series. 3 parts out right now. Dropping 1 per week. If you're like a lot of us, you're looking for what's that next series I can really get into and really get into the characters and follow
really
it.
good.
We're challenging you. Let this be your next series.
That's what I want you to walk.
Lastly, I want everybody to vote. That's the last thing I was saying. I'm telling you to vote for, but we would be remiss if we didn't get on this platform and say that it's real. It's real, and these are challenging times. Make your voice heard one way or another. It matters.
You can tell
it
who you're
affects
voting
you.
for.
Kamala Harris.
I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
No question. I appreciate that, black man, because we need more of us saying that.
That's right.
But that's my choice. That's what I choose to do.
Politics, because I need everybody.
It's that. Will Packer. Thank you, family. We appreciate y'all.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy. Jess Hilarious. Charlamagne the guy. Where did Charlamagne go that fast? We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren is filling in for Jess. And let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Moore, just don't do no lies,
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the culture shift.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back.
And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Alrighty, y'all. So we had talked earlier about the NFL kickoff game, the Chiefs playing and all that good stuff. But on the back end, people got upset again at that game because the Black National Anthem was sung at the opening of the game in addition to the regular National Anthem, which happens. They've been playing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing.
They had I'm about to say 2 black quarterbacks, but a black quarterback and a half.
What?
A black quarterback and a half.
It's 2 black quarterbacks,
He's
man.
saying they got to give.
Why y'all don't ever want to acknowledge the people's other side? It's okay. Okay.
2 black
I feel
quarterbacks,
like if you mix, you black.
Lamar Jackson black and Patrick Mahomes is biracial. It's okay, guys.
Depending on how you grew up,
and you can
mix,
still celebrate that. A black quarterback and a half starting an NFL game, that's big.
Yeah, so 1.5. So 1.5. So they brought out the national anthem. You know what I mean? So
did they do the whole thing?
like sing it?
Yes.
I'm sure they did, but they were supposed to do like 1.5 of the song.
Making sure. Just making sure.
So Tasha Cobbs Leonard sung Lift Every Voice and Sing, and then Coco Jones sung the national anthem. And my whole thing with this is like people are online upset, and even the conversation we were having in the room, it's like a normal thing for people to be upset about this, but they've been doing this since 2020 after George Floyd. So at this point, it's like, why do people get so upset when things change? But like on our side, when things change for us, we just gotta like accept it and move on.
They just be mad they don't know the words. That's all.
Maybe that's it.
Learn the song, you'll love it.
They're calling it racist.
What?
Because it's a black national anthem.
Well, the reason we had to come up with a black national anthem because America was racist.
Black people can't be racist.
You only recognize this as 3 Fifths of Human at one point.
Black people can't be racist, but yeah, so that happened there. Also, I mean, I mentioned earlier that Taylor Swift was there. She was in Versace, in case you got scared.
Did you talk about Travis Kelce looking like a whole cracker?
I've been told y'all.
I ain't never seen that.
More Timbs?
He looked MAGA white.
He been stopped all that. He's been giving the cop who turned the body cam off. I've been told y'all that. Like, I don't know what it is.
Not like that last night. He looked Capitol Riot white.
So you don't have him as your screensaver anymore?
He was never my screensaver. I just thought the man was fine. But then he
had the Timbs on.
He went back to his native nature, and I was like, whoa.
When he had his Timbs on with the Boosie fade, he was your screensaver.
He was your screensaver.
But his Timbs,
he had no shirt on, and he was your screensaver.
No, wasn't his Timbs tied all the way up to the top though?
I don't remember.
I think so. So that would have never been on the back of my screen. Don't do me like that.
Money don't change you. It just magnifies who you are.
He had money back when he was cute with Kayla.
Yeah, but now you got $100 million podcast deal. Now he's MAGA white.
Now he get the bowl cuts. All right, y'all. So Angel Reese, speaking of podcasts, Angel Reese just dropped a podcast. It's called Unapologetically Angel. And this is something that she drops episodes on every single Thursday. She built this podcast because she just wanted to expand her business brand and, let people get to know her more outside of being an athlete. So the first episode dropped this week, and she got into some things that have been trending around her in the news. She talked about the G Herbo situation. People thought that her and G Herbo might have been dating each other. Let's take a listen.
When I tell you, like, I can call G Herbo to this day, like, that's somebody that I can, like, if I ever need anything in Chicago, he told me from when I got drafted, if I ever need anything in Chicago, he'll make sure I'm straight. And it wasn't even off no, like, flirting or anything. It was literally straight off, like, I got you, sis, like, making sure that you straight, because I'm new to the city, like,
chilling.
As always, very wholesome woman. I am 6'3", and I think he is 5'10". I mean, you ain't see me in the car kissing this man. So where'd y'all even get that from? That's somebody I can literally call, like, anytime. That's like, bro.
The short shaming was unnecessary, and G Herbo's not short, but he's short to Angel Reese. That was unnecessary.
Angel Reese said, "No shirt kings over here, baby."
He's a giant.
No, because you got to think about it. When she put on her heels, that's gonna look like her son. Don't nobody want that.
That's triggering to Charlamagne.
Very unnecessary.
It's very triggering.
Oh, is it triggering?
Yes, he's short. He's a little guy.
Is it?
But I do want everybody to grow up. My greatest relationship.
Don't let her be sitting on the seat, any seat above him. Now she looking down on him.
That's disrespectful.
She gonna be looking down on him.
At least he got to jump to get on the bed.
Wow. Yeah, no, he's 5'10". Cut it out. My greatest relationship.
I'm talking about you.
Huh?
You jumped to get on your bed?
This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Oh, my bad.
My greatest relationships in life.
Are your feet swinging?
Are with women. Okay? My best friends in life are women. Why do people believe that just because a person of the opposite sex is with another person of the opposite sex, that they got to be having something going on?
It's just having this conversation last night. I feel like it's a very immature way of thinking to think that just because a man and a woman are friends, they have to have some sort of like attraction or whatever. Like I have friends, like my brothers, shout out to Carmen and Jordan, literally they're my brothers. Like it's like, oh, I would never even, they would never even, like, that's like always a thing. But
I got a bunch of women friends that who care, but we don't even care. But yeah, we hear that all the time.
That's right.
G Herbo though, it kind of puts himself in situations sometimes where like people are questioning his relationship statuses, and then Angel Reese, we don't really always know her situation. She's in and out of different situations. She's new to the city, so seeing them randomly at night in the car together is like, whoa. Like,
it wasn't no whoa. It meant nothing.
It meant nothing. But when I saw it, I was like, hold on, what's going on?
Yeah. Meanwhile, two guys be together smelling like whole butt sex, and y'all don't think nothing of it.
What? They call me and you gay all the time.
I was about to say, don't nobody be coming at you in envy.
That's because the way you act.
No, that's because the way you act. It's the way you smell.
Why it can't be a we? See what I'm saying?
Hey,
wee.
Oh my goodness, y'all play too much.
But she also got into the conversations around Caitlin Clark, and y'all know anytime Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are in the same conversation, people go crazy. But she addressed some of the like rah around their whole situation. Let's take a listen.
Kaylin is an amazing player, and I've always thought she was an amazing player. We've been playing each other since high school. So I think it's really just the fans that are like, they ride for her, and I respect that respectfully. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, like, I'm talking about people have come down to my address, follow me home. Like, it's come down to that. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me, like, naked. It sucks to see that, and it's really hard that I have to go through that, and now seeing other players even having to go through that. But, like, at the end of the day, it's a game that we do both love, but there is no hate. No hate. We're going to play on the same team one day, I'm sure.
They can't play on the same team. I don't think they can play on the same team.
Why does she say that?
I don't know, because they don't need to play. They're
she
two
may probably
big stars.
an Olympic team or something like that. I don't think they're playing the same squad in the WNBA.
Yeah, that would make sense, but not.
Greatest coach award going today, by the way. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. And what people don't realize, and the homie Carrie Champion pointed this out, because she has a great podcast coming out called The Making of a Rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. It comes out September 9th on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network. But they need each other. Like that dynamic of Caitlin Clark and
just
Angel
said
Reese,
that in the room.
It's literally like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. They came out of college the same year. They had a rivalry in college. Angel Reese busted her ass in college. It's made it to the pros. It's brought casuals to the game with the WNBA. They need each other.
Why did she say that?
What you mean?
Like, they gonna be on the same team?
Oh, they're playing on the same team.
Yeah.
Because he
by
the way, it's actually.
Is it because of all the back and forth they have?
It just stirs things up. No, it's
like they need to battle each other.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I
want to see that.
All the back and forth it's happy competition. It's good. It's the energy. Like, I'm here for it. But I want to say she needs to get like registered to carry, because somebody pop up at your house. No, you don't do that. You don't go to people's houses. That's insane.
I agree.
So stay safe. But yeah, check our podcast out every Thursday. That's it.
All right. Well, that's Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. All right. Now, Charlamagne.
Yes.
Who are you giving that donkey to?
For after the hour is Donkey of the Day. I might call it audible, though. Let me think about it. We'll come back in a second. Give me 1 second to think about it.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Some donkey todays just saw themselves.
I've been watching Charlamagne. I was ready for it.
I never heard of donkey the other day. What is it?
I'm a donkey.
Say it again, Charlamagne.
I'm a donkey.
Yes. You are a donkey.
I'll show you how to act a donkey.
Everything that Charlamagne is saying is true.
Okay, guys and gals. I apologize. I want to call an audible today. Right? I just want to tell y'all something real quick. LL Cool J. James Todd Smith.
Yes.
Released his 14th album today.
The Force.
That's right. This man is celebrating.
Wait, what's his name?
James Todd Smith.
I've never known that.
I hate young people.
I've never even thought about it.
Wow. Jesus Christ, Lord.
Wow.
This man is celebrating 40 years in hip hop. Okay, he hasn't put out an album in 11 years. And I know I usually do Donkey of the Day here, but I feel like today I need to preempt Donkey of the Day to give us more time to celebrate and speak to the icon living LL Cool J, because he is here at this hour.
That's right.
And we really have to start celebrating folks while they are alive.
Correct.
So let's get into our conversation with LL Cool J, the Force album out now.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Jess is on maternity leave. And we got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
The icon, the legend. Queens gets the money. LL Cool J.
What's going on, baby?
How you feeling?
Feeling great, man.
LL always got action hero, superhero energy when he walk in the room. Right?
Yeah.
Good vibe. Yo, I mean, I feel like one right now. I mean, this is like the good energy. You know what I'm saying? Like year 40. You know what I'm saying? And we having a conversation about my new album. That's a really unique position. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
never been done before.
It's never been done, and it shows us that it's possible, right? Even more importantly, it just shows younger generation and new artists as they are working on their careers and as they embark in what's possible. You know what I'm saying? That we could continue to operate at a high level. You know what I'm saying? And do things that are important culturally. And I'm glad that I could set that example.
How's it been being back on the road on these promo tours, doing interviews? How does it feel just to be out here?
Cause you running like a new artist, like you doing everything. I'm like, you running. I'm like, you ain't tired?
Nah. I've been tired for 30 years.
Okay.
You kidding me? I work hard, but you know what it feels like? It feels like in a lot of ways I am a new artist. Because there's a day one audience that grew up with me, and then there's an audience that knows me for all of the other things I've done, but aren't as familiar with my music when it comes to me like directly dropping records. So it feels great, man. It feels fun. I'm just having a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's exciting to me. You know what I mean?
And I think you being back out here, it shows people the reverence individuals have for you? Because everybody got an LL story. Like we had Ed Lover up here. Ed Lover was like, he wanted to be a rapper till he heard you.
Yeah,
and that's when he put the microphone down.
That's funny. That's funny. Nah, Ed, Ed, I remember he was at my high school security. But I would say what it does for me is it gives me reverence for the culture. You know what I'm saying? It makes me revere hip hop. It makes me more excited about what's in store for hip hop. You know, and what's possible for hip hop. You know, so many amazing artists out here doing so many great things, and it's wonderful to be able to show them what's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like that for me is like the really exciting part of it, because we're just so used to, we've grown so accustomed to like writing people off after a certain you know amount of time. It's beautiful to be able to say no, you can continue. It doesn't, and you don't have to pretend you're in year 3 when you're in year 40. You can actually be. Go ahead.
Were you nervous about that? Because you know, in hip hop, it seems like definitely hip hop, they try to put you in a box, right?
Yeah.
Where they're saying, even though you got music now, they be like, oh well, you can't play on this station because he's more of an urban AC artist. But with you, I haven't seen that. I've seen you. You know, you're on every station. It's not just the older, quote unquote, older stations.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is, man, is, you know, you have a responsibility as an artist sonically. You know, at the end of the day, it's about when they press play, what do they hear? Like, we could talk about Google, we could talk about Wikipedias, we could talk about your resume and your plaques on the wall. All that's great. Awards, Hall of Fame, sounds great. But when they press play, it's like when you're on the basketball court, can you deliver? Right? It's, you know, LeBron can still deliver. And he doesn't have to be in year 5. He can be in year 21 and deliver. So can LL sonically deliver? Like, it's the idea of LeBron in sports, but it takes twice as long because it's art. So instead of 21 years, it's 40. But the reality is, it's the same idea of can you deliver on the court? So to answer that question, that's about the sonics. It's about making joints that you love and people can appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to love everything, but if you can create stuff that people appreciate, you know what I mean? Go get it.
This album is dropping on Def Jam, which is where everything started for you. A few years ago, I don't know where you were mentally about like just making music and putting music out, but could you have planned this any better? Like, what's that feeling like? Kind of like the full circle moment.
Well, it's more than a full circle moment, right? Because I was the first artist on Def Jam, right? And we launched the label together. You know, Tila Rock had It's Yours.
Circle.
Yeah, so we were part of the circle.
You are. And that's what I mean is like you can't predict stuff like that, you know?
No, you can't. You can't. Listen. God is great, and it's that type of timing, you know, being on Def Jam, seeing the excitement in the building, seeing the excitement in all of the people's eyes that work at the company, you know, and even the support from Virgin and Republic and the way they all are rallying behind this project to make sure that it's seen and heard and gets an opportunity to be listened to by people is amazing. It feels like winning, you know what I'm saying? In the best sense of the word.
Does LL know what losing is like, though? Because you said it feels like winning, but like I don't even...
Have you ever lost a fist fight, LL? Huh? Have you ever lost a fist fight in life?
No, I haven't. But I hopefully I'd like to. I just want to keep getting my Floyd on. And for the record, I'm not trying to talk tough because I want to go through a walkthrough with somebody. We go outside, but we go outside LL head real quick. I don't want no problem.
TikTok viral. Yeah. Cause you know that's what they be on now.
Well, be careful because it can go wrong for you too. You might go viral. You know, but leave me alone. I ain't trying to play tough guy.
Now we're doing this project, right? It's been 11 years. How did you attack it, right? Because we see you got Eminem on it, you got Saweetie on it. Yeah. How did you attack it to say, you know what, I want to stick to who LL is, but I still want to keep it young, dope, and feeling good as well?
You know that what you just said, I didn't really think about young, dope, and feeling. I thought about feeling good. What I more thought about was, what do I love? And getting with Q-Tip. Q-Tip is brilliant. And Q-Tip is a genius, and he's very creative. And so the idea was just sonically doing something that moved the world and just made me respond, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't put Saweetie on the song because she's younger or put M on the song. I put them on it because sonically I felt they would sound good. We felt they would sound good on the songs. You know what I mean? So it was about the music. It wasn't about stunt casting. And then, you know, like I said, man, like
stunt casting.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bunch of stunt casting and all that. You know,
that's TV LL talking.
Yeah, no
that's
question.
TV money.
Yeah, well, you know, it's TV experience for sure, right? So it's like I just wanted to do something that people would just vibe off of, man. You know, like when you listen to the whole record front to back, you know, as a body. And I know we're going to cherry pick, and I know people pick songs and they go through that process. I can't tell people how to consume the music, but, you know, when you listen to it, you realize, like, we did everything purposely. I really wanted to get some kids who had never had an opportunity. So I got this kid, Don Pablito from Southside Queens, and shout out to him, and Mad Squabbles from Philly, and Jay Sand from Lafayette, Louisiana, and put them on the song so that they can have an opportunity.
You keep your ear to this. I remember one time, well, first of all, I want to know how you found those guys, but I remember one time hearing you say your favorite rapper at the moment was like Pee Wee Longway.
Yeah, he was funny. But I like a lot of different artists. Like, I listen to everything. You know, I was listening to the Young Nudie today, and then I was checking out, I like the Lil Durk thing, but I like the Corday, and then, you know, you could, you know, flip it all the way to, I like some of what Glorilla's doing, and, you know, some of them records, and, you know, and I'm actually paying attention. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
All right, we got more with LL Cool J when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess, and we're still kicking it with LL. You know what I meant to ask? I was watching, I guess it came back up on social media. It was an interview with Jamie Foxx. They were talking about, you know, y'all and y'all situation when y'all was shooting that movie. I was just curious. He's laughing funny. But now you got to clear up what actually happened, because he said it didn't happen that way, that you didn't knock him out. But I wanted to know, could that happen now? Because back then, I feel like...
What happened now?
Whatever Jamie says happens is what happens.
That's not what you really want to say, because I saw your face. You digressed a bit.
Yeah, I did. Whatever Jamie says happened is what happened.
No disrespect to Jamie at all.
That's my dude.
I'm just saying that.
That's my dude.
When somebody says, "Nah, he knocked me out," he beat the shit out of him. That means that really did him dirty.
Yo, whatever Jamie said happened.
But that was a long time ago.
It just came back up. I wanted to know, could that happen on movie sets now, or is it too protected? Because now it seems like if any little thing happens, you go to human resources.
Well, you go into human resources if you get a hangnail and you express it wrong. I mean, you triggered me, you know. So I mean, it's triggering. Everything's triggered. Back in the day, triggering was the trigger, like the trigger. Now the trigger's like, you know.
You're hangnail phobic. You being hangnail phobic.
I'm triggering. Exactly.
Cut it out.
Exactly. You got blue on. Does that mean you hate red? You know, like, you know, everything is.
How does that affect the industry outside of course, the Me Too movement? But how does that affect? Because
bro, you gotta mind your business.
You can't get your creative juices. Like,
no, you get your creative juices. You better just make sure they don't get on nobody else.
Y'all better relax talking juices and
them juices. You better be real easy with them juices, bro. Be easy with them juices. You know what I mean? No doubt.
You know, we had MC Light here. She said you're the reason.
We got the audio.
Yeah, you're the reason she decided to put out a new album.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Well, this is what she said when she was here.
Huh?
And you haven't put out an album in 10 years. But you got a new album coming out called 101.
Yeah.
Why are you getting back into this crazy game?
LL challenged me.
Really?
Yeah. We did a fireside chat with him. And in the midst of it, you know, he says, I'm putting out new music. I was like, oh, that's great. He said, when you putting out music? And I was like, well, I don't know. He's like, stop being scared. I was like, scared?
It's true.
Once he said that, then I was like, okay, I got to get to it.
I love that.
How did that feel to still be inspiring on?
I love it, man. Listen, you can't be scary, man. There's always going to be great acts. Of course, there's going to be new artists. Of course, times are going to change. Of course, there's going to be generational changes. That comes with the territory. But that's the opportunity for us to prove that we was born to do this. You know what I'm saying? You don't stop doing it because times change. You know what I'm saying? If you need your shorts to be a little longer on the court or a little shorter, they change the rules on the touch fouls. You learn the rules of the game and the new rules, and then play better than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's simple in the thought process. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, executing it is not as easy, but it's simple when you make the decision. You dig?
You never got nervous because you were probably one of the first artists that say, you know what, I'm going to be very emotional on a record, right? I'm going to say I need love. I want a round-the-way girl. At the time when hip-hop was so focused on I'm the best, and what made you say, you know what, I'm going to go F with the chicks over here. I'm going to let y'all do this. I'll be back, but I'm going to go F with the chicks right here.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. It's like a guy, you know, showing up to the projects to see a girl. What does that say about him?
He really want to see her.
He really likes the girl and he can fight.
Or he's willing to risk it, regardless of whatever. He's willing to risk it, right? So me doing I Need Love or me doing these romance records, that's because I wasn't scared. Not because I was soft. I wasn't scared. That's why I could do that. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, you gotta, like, sometimes people, they misconstrue. It's like the guys that I meet, they'll be the nicest guys in the world. The toughest guys I know and the toughest guys I've known growing up have been like some of the nicest guys. The most dangerous guys I've known have been some of the nicest guys.
Came up with some killers.
Oh man,
absolutely.
So it's like with the music, it wasn't about trying to have an image. It was about what I want to do as an artist. Period. What do you want to say as an artist? What do you want to do as an artist? That's what I'm going to do. You know, peer pressure makes me laugh. He's like, really? It's like, yo, you do what you want to do, man. Like, I do what I want to do creatively, not what people say I'm supposed to do. Right? Because a lot of times what people want, like right now, they're like, oh, you're supposed to sit down, or like you have people like they on the internet. Oh, how could he have the whips and chains and the this and that in the video? Because people are freaks. And that really goes on. Right. And I know you want to pretend that everybody's like having, missionary with a sheep between, but I got news for you. There's some freaky stuff going on out there, and I'm rapping about it.
Right. I remember you pouring the chocolate syrup on the girls' kneecaps in broad daylight.
All ridiculous.
On Jamaica Avenue.
Jamaica Avenue.
Yo, there was a dude
on the hood of a car.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely wilding out, completely out of control.
Who says like, yo, we need to sit right here and pour the chocolate?
Me.
Is that you? Okay.
He said me.
Right.
I said it.
Got you. Okay. Heard you.
Lauren,
okay. All right.
put it in the car.
You like put it right here.
Cross your legs.
Yep.
You like that? You like that, don't you? Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
See? Yeah.
No director's cut.
Oh, no. Yeah.
That ain't even the wildest one. One of the wildest one is the most subtle one.
Which one?
In the Doing It video. The way you bite the apple when you
We know that video. The girls know
the best
that.
apple in the world.
Yeah.
Charlamagne,
Dancing with
really
the apple in your mouth. Yo, dance.
Yes.
Yo, but I love it. Yo, you know what, man? I gotta tell you, man, I love doing funny stuff like that and ridiculous. Like, I had jeans on in the Paradise video. In the water. I know that. That's right. Like, but what's funny is people will point it out to you. Like, I didn't know I did. Like you do know I filmed that, right? Like, you do know that I know what I'm, you know what I mean? Let's have some fun with it.
But a lot of that stuff became fashion, like the one leg up.
I got that from the bike messengers in New York. Yeah, because the bike messengers be riding around. Think about it. They be in the city. They have their pants leg up because they don't want to get it in the chain of the bike. I saw that one day. I pulled my joint up. I'm like, yo, this is a vibe. I start wearing my joint like that.
We all did.
I start wearing my joint like that. I said, yo, this look cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the idea of just having fun, not taking it too serious. There's a time to be serious. The time to be serious is when you're going after your goals. The time to be serious is when you have dreams. The time to be serious is when you're dealing with frustration, but you want to take it to the next level and fight through it.
Right.
But the other side of it is, when I'm making music, I want to be silly, and I want to do stuff that's ridiculous, and I want to do stuff where we can laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's have some fun with it. Because
you just grabbed the woman's leg and started playing the guitar.
Absolutely,
for no reason.
Bro. Absolutely.
That was you too? That was on you too? That was
all me, baby.
Okay.
All me. You know.
All right, we got more with LL when we come back. Let's get into a mini mix. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with LL.
What's going on, baby?
How much did you lose to do this album? Because you had to put a lot of focus. So I'm sure you put acting stuff to the back. I'm sure you put a lot of the other stuff to the back. How much did you lose to actually?
I only gained. I gained fulfillment, inspiration. I was able to take time out of my life to focus on the thing that I love the most. And when you put your energy into what you love and you truly believe you was born to do it, you never lose. There's no way to lose. I already won. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because I love it, dog. Okay, I'll give you an example. May he rest in power. Someone like Fat Man Scoop.
Rest in peace.
The joy that you bring to people through your music is incalculable. And look, I got money. I'm a wealthy guy. People really put a lot of emphasis on money, and status. And I get it. Image is important. People, I get it. But what people don't put enough value on is the joy of life and living well and having a good time and enjoying what you're doing. And that means something. That's a different type of wealth. If you can find that joy in your life, in your career, and you can find that joy in other areas of your life, that's a true, beautiful thing. So I didn't lose nothing. Like, all of the money comes, all of the fame and all that stuff comes, but you still gotta enjoy the moment for the moment's sake.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going back to the fashion stuff, the FUBU hat in the Gap commercial.
Yeah.
What was your thought process behind that? Or was that even intentional? Like, what was Okay, so talk us through that decision to do that in that day.
I felt like we needed that exposure. They needed that exposure. And you're a huge company, and it's not going to hurt you. And I'm going to give you what you need, but you're going to give me what I need. And it's win-win. And nobody gets hurt. It ended up at that time taking FUBU to $400 million a year and
increase the audience by 300%.
I mean, and that's what I'm supposed to do. You know, when you roll with somebody, you roll with people.
There was no pushback on the set from the.
Yeah, there was. They was like, oh, you know, the hat and this. I said, no, I'm an owner, so I can clear it.
And you said nobody gets hurt, and everybody was like, okay,
absolutely, yeah. And I'm an owner, and this is it, and boom.
You was an owner in FUBU?
Of course.
I don't think I ever knew that.
I didn't know you was an owner.
I thought you just did it because you rocked with them. I mean, of course you rocked with them, but I didn't know when you even just said that. I thought that was just you, like they was gonna listen to you anyway.
Because he was from Queens.
Yeah, I was. And they was holding me down because I was from Queens too. We was holding each other up. Are you kidding me?
Let's talk through that. So, at what point did you become an owner in FUBU, and why haven't we heard more? I never heard this.
Well, what's funny is that I just didn't really talk about that because it wasn't important. So I don't need to tell you about my business life in order to impress you. Yes, I invest. Yes, I have different things I've done, but I like making music. Like, I'm good with that.
I wanted to ask you about something you said on Club Shay Shay, because you got, I don't know why, but you got so much flack for your Def Jam Mount Rushmore. Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like nobody can debate you on that except for Russell, except for Rick Rubin, except for Chuck D, and maybe the other people on that you named.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know why Slick Rick. I love Slick Rick, but I just wanted to know from you, why did you put him on there?
Because
they were mad at Slick Rick being on the list.
They were just mad the whole list.
Well, they were mad because they don't understand. They want me to talk about skin and lips and hair, but they want me to ignore the bones. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I gave them the bones of the label. They want to talk to me about cosmetics, but guess what? I don't care how you look. You can get 14 BBLs, 35 lip injections, but if you don't have no bones, you're gonna be a pile of flesh over there on the floor. So that's the way that's how I built my Mount Rushmore. So when I said Beastie Boys and myself and Public Enemy and Slick Rick, that's because that is the foundation and the bones of the company. I didn't say that they were the most famous. I didn't say they sold the most records. I didn't say any of that. But you wouldn't have any of that if you didn't have these people.
Founding fathers.
That was my point.
And when we talk about writing, I wanted to ask, how much do you think Biggie and Jay contributed to people not taking writing as serious? Because both of them said they didn't write. And I saw you having a conversation on Sway about Big one time.
Biggie's my man, and I love Big. You know, sometimes, and look, everybody's different. Everybody's process is different, right? Like some people, they just, you know, got a bunch of rhymes that they wrote at home, and they just remember them. And then they just got something for the beat. So you don't have to necessarily see me write. That doesn't mean I didn't write. What I'm not going to do is say anything that will go against how someone wanted their career to be laid out. But I'll say this. Ultimately, it's about the song, period. Whether you write it in your mind, whether you memorize it, the skill is not in how you get there. The skill is in how the song affects the world. So whether you write it on paper, a phone, in your head, that it doesn't matter. How does it affect people? Did the ball go in the basket? Like, I've seen dudes write, and I've seen dudes, you know, come off the top. I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? What I would say though is that these guys are legitimately talented enough, some of them, to do that. That doesn't mean you necessarily need to be doing that. You might need a pen and pad. You might want a pen and pad and do some editing. Ernest Hemingway editing, bro. Like, it's all right.
And you was on the shop, and you was talking about Andre 3000 saying he didn't want to rap again because he said he didn't have anything to rap about.
Yeah.
And so Andre responded to that and said, if you can, you should rap until you die. Of course he has things to say, but if he can't say it in a fresh, innovative way, then it's not enough for him to do it.
And I respect that. I respect that. And, you know, in that sense, I would agree. That's what I look to do on my new record, right? Like on the Force, like, say it in a fresh, innovative way.
Right.
He's talking about not repeating flow. Look, he's one of the greats. He's unbelievable. Like, I'm thoroughly impressed with Andre. And the only reason I even said anything is because I like him so much as an artist. I'd love to hear him again. I just miss hearing the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear Outkast. Like, personally, I would love to hear Outkast album. I don't know about the world, but I would want to hear that. But I do respect his feelings, and I cannot speak to his artistry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
And the album is out today. It's called Force.
Hey!
We appreciate you for joining us, LL.
Appreciate you, bro.
It's The Breakfast Club. It's LL Cool J, y'all.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa's filling in for Jess, and it's time for Pass the Aux.
Go. DJ, cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ.
What's up, Nyla?
Big Nyla.
Hello.
NYLA.
Good morning. Hi, guys.
Young
You was just out the country.
Yeah, back from all the travels. Yes. No.
How was that?
Brazil was crazy.
You loved it?
Yes.
Dope.
Love everything about it. Rhapsody is an amazing performer, by the way. So happy I got to tour her. I had a really great experience.
Good.
Watching her live. People definitely need to go and see that. Like, if you're
Nyla
a real
was
rap
Rhapsody's
fan.
tour DJ.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, if you really like rap music, that's the type of show you want to be at. I love the fact that I can get off a good hip hop set.
Dope.
I feel like it's hard to do sometimes, but that was the demo.
In other countries, they love hip hop. I feel like and respect hip hop a lot more than we do here.
They do. They were throwing up the woo. They was mosh pitting during her set. Like, it was phenomenal. I had a great time. Make sure you guys get tickets to go see Rhapsody. Please Don't Cry tour. She's coming to America after Europe. But
So you saying that you can't get your Fire Bow Wow mix off here? Only
it ain't
Bow
Bow Wow. Don't play with me.
Why are you doing that to Bow Wow?
What's wrong with Bow Wow?
Which, by the way, no, I have a great.
What have his do-rags ever done to you?
That's what I'm saying. So they appreciate Bow Wow more in Brazil than they
I'm
do
not
here.
talking about Bow Wow. I'm talking about real hip hop mixes.
Wow.
That was not real hip hop. How fast you forget?
Wait. I meant like 90s hip hop. Like
Bow Wow 90s hip hop too? 2000s
I
hip hop.
listened to him when I was 6. He was my favorite rapper when I was.
Raised you.
Yeah, it
And they
did.
did.
But
And
that's
they
not
did.
what I was playing. That's like a millennial warm up set. But this was like I played.
Soulja Boy. What else?
Yo, I can't
Let's
stand
get to
these
pass
guys.
on. Let's get to pass
All right,
on.
yeah. Today, what we're playing is Victoria Monet just dropped a new record with Usher called SOS, and it's definitely a certified vibe.
Fire.
That's dope.
That's fire. Salute to Victoria Monet.
That was dope.
But it's gonna be a lot of women sing that song that don't need to. Okay.
Oh well, I
right.
mean that happens now already.
It does.
But shout out to Victoria Monet. She's having an amazing year. Jaguar 2 is still in heavy rotation for me. So I'm a fan. Next, I'm going to get into this. I know Big Sean's project dropped last week, but I didn't get to mention anything. But my favorite record on there is Who You Are.
One of my favorite records off that album.
Yo, why? I
It's
don't
hard.
know. I just always felt like Big Sean's stuff just doesn't get the that it needs. Like, it just came and went.
I just think he came at a
came
wrong
out
time.
last
But it
week,
did came
you
out
ain't-
last week.
Where? Okay, so
There was I see what you're
You gonna
I
sit
understand
here
what you're
and act like
saying.
It just came out last
Yeah,
week.
but usually
But there should be more conversation around it. The
Absolutely.
songs are great, and it's not happening.
She's right.
That is the era that we live in. Don't blame that on just Big Sean. Big
I
Sean,
didn't blame it on Big Sean. I
everything-
asked the question to the
Everything
room.
comes and goes nowadays, sadly. Why? I do not know. Just the way this generation moves. News comes and goes. Music comes and goes. Y'all don't stick to nothing.
But
What did
artists
Big
like
Sean-
Big
what-
Sean
Yeah.
shouldn't come and go. 'cause
What did he do
agree
first
with
week?
you.
other big.
What did he do first week?
I don't think he did that well. I think it was
Like 20-something thousand.
like, yeah.
But that's like, I mean, a lot of people don't different.
When it
these
comes
days
to the
too.
Big Sean thing, I just don't think he's a media darling.
Oh, okay.
I think Rhapsody's album was great. That wasn't talked about in the news. Still one of the best albums that dropped this year. Big Sean's album dropped. All right, it got talked about for a day and then it moved on. I think he's
That's
right.
what
It
happens
is
with
just a cycle.
everything.
Unless you're a media darling, unless you're just one of the things that the blogs likes to pick up and
Right.
talk about.
Yo, Travis Scott sold 361,000 records last week. And y'all ain't talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm
like
not really-
Travis Scott is like,
Like what? One of the biggest stars in the world?
yeah. But I'm just,
He sold 361,000 copies.
It was number 2 by 600 albums, I think it was, right?
I ain't heard you mention it all week, Lauren.
I didn't.
Exactly.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
blame this on
So
Big
you're
Sean.
part of the problem.
I'm not.
You're part of the problem.
It's
Not
y'all
a part of the
generation.
problem.
I ain't gonna say.
Why you always blame yourself on our generation? You so old and angry. Are your feet swinging right now?
No, I'm just telling you the truth. It's, you
And then you love picking up someone, put that pinky up.
You know why? You know why? Because be the change you want to see in the world. If you want things to last, if you want things to have staying power,
Well,
use your
now
platform.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
Use
Leave
your
me
platform.
alone.
That's why we're here on Pass the Aux talking about Big Sean's album because it's a great album.
salute to
Make
Big
sure you
Sean.
guys tap in. That's why we're here talking about Rhapsody's album.
That's right.
Make sure you get tickets to the
There
Please
you
Don't
go.
Cry
Nyla is
tour.
a change I want to
Make
see.
sure- Yeah, period. All right.
you go.
And then, of course, the Victoria Monet. But I'm going to get into this new A$AP Rocky featuring J. Cole that everybody keeps talking about, Ruby Rosary.
I don't know.
I thought he was going to play the Drake diss part, but
He did.
He did Drake?
yeah. But
No, he
that
didn't.
wasn't the part that he did.
Are you making this up?
No, that was the
What he said about
headline.
Drake?
J. Cole better not be dissing
No,
nobody.
not
A$AP.
J. Cole.
Oh.
A$AP Rocky. It's Rocky's record.
Oh, okay.
What'd he say, though?
Even though y'all saw that Champagne Poppy posted like a picture of Cole and was like, "Thank you for inspiring us for all these years." I don't know what the subliminal is. That was after this record dropped. But cut the shit, cut the lies, words to the wise. Who's in top 5? Haha, your top 5. I don't get fresh step. I'm buried alive. I heard dog talking funny like it's Family Guy. Caring for is like I'm Mary or Bob. Made a promise to God. Gotta strive when you marry the mob.
How's that a drink this?
Top 5. I'm buried alive. He got a record called Buried Alive.
Look, you thought you was about to eat that.
I mean, it sounds like he dissing the whole top 5.
But
he
you
said F your top 5.
But we know who he's shooting at.
I mean, but Cole's on the record too, so it's obviously not the whole
we
top
know
5.
who he's shooting at. They do it all the time.
Look, I don't know.
I don't know either. I think y'all just be making up stuff.
Our generation created beats.
Here's the thing.
You need a massage.
When I
You
say
need to
this
relax.
generation, I'm not just talking about y'all. It's just the whole cycle of people. Like the way people's minds work is just weird.
Well,
he said F your top 5. So your top 5 must be Drake, and Drake.
That's most people, Eli.
Oh, God.
We got him right here in the office.
All right.
Look, his
Jesus
hands up right now.
All right. Pass the aux. Come on.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow me on the gram at Nyla Symone, NYLASYMONEEE. Check out these Brazil photos. They're fire. Check out my playlist by clicking the link in bio at It's a Certified Vibe. And make sure you guys tap into my podcast, We Need to Talk. I got a really, really dope episode dropping on Sunday with Victoria Monet. So tap in.
All right. Now, when we come back, we're going to throw it back. We throw it back each and every Friday with the People's Choice Mix. And today we're going to get on your favorite Rich Homie Quan record. Of course, rest in peace. So we're going to kick off the mix like that. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Lauren LaRose is filling in for Jess. Now, we got a salute to LL Cool J for joining us this morning.
Man, salute to the good brother LL Cool J. Also, salute to Kevin Hart and Will Pecker.
That's right.
You know, we didn't do Donkey of the Day today because I wanted to properly celebrate LL Cool J, man. His 14th album dropped today. The Force. He's celebrating 40 years in hip-hop. 40 years of Def Jam. And so, you know, you gotta celebrate people while they still here, man. You know, so we wanted to pay homage to the icon living in a real way. So salute to the good brother LL Cool J.
That is right. All right, when we come back, we got the positive.
Hold on, I gotta tell people about something, man. My 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo is happening October 12th at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. Okay, man. It's going to be a day of mental health education and healing. If you've ever been to one of my mental health expos, you know it's a free event. We have some of your favorite psychiatrists and therapists and, you know, mental health experts will all be there. We got breakout rooms to where you can go learn about different things like Black maternal health crisis. We actually have a breakout room called Me-ternal that's addressing the complexities of the Black maternal health crisis. Dr. Alfie Breland Noble will be there. Dr. Rita Walker will be there. Dr. Jay Barnett will be there. My good sister Angela Rye will be there. My good brother Jason Wilson, who wrote the fantastic book Cry Like a Man. You know, he will be there as well. In fact, he will be there in conversation with Tyrese. You know, Tyrese was up here on Breakfast Club a couple of weeks ago. Had a real vulnerable moment, and he expressed that Black men cry. So I can't wait to see them together discussing just the power of releasing. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, who you've been seeing go viral over the last couple of weeks with her interview with Cam Newton, Nick Cannon. She's on Basketball Wives. She'll be there as well, along with a whole host of other people. So mentalwealthexpo.com. The event is free and open to all ages, discussing so many different topics: anxiety, depression, PTSD, women's mental wellness, men's mental wellness. Pull up, man. Free event, open to all ages, October 12th. Go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more details.
All right, when we come back, we got the positive notice. The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRose is filling in for Jess. Now, salute to one of our producers up here, Big Mack.
Big Mack.
Yeah.
What up, Mack?
You already know, for those that you don't know, outside of Breakfast Club, I'm on Wildin' Out.
Yep.
And we got the tour right now. It's the last lap tour, so this might be the final Wildin' Out tour. So we
y'all
are
say that every year, and then every year y'all go back on tour.
This is the real, you know, Nick got a lot of kids. Now he got to be a father versus, you know, being on the road with us. So this might be the final lap.
Okay.
What they're saying. So just wanted to let everybody know, you get your tickets at wildinoutlive.tour.com. We are in Orlando tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
At the Kia Center.
Okay.
Nick got another baby on the way?
If you no, I said this is gonna be the last tour because I think he might be done with having babies.
Orlando,
so he just wanted to
Wildin' Out.
Yep, Wildin' Out tomorrow, Kia Center, and then right after the tour's over, then I'm going to Disney and I'm getting on a Small World because I feel like
you're not getting on
Ain't no
nobody's
teacup.
Small World.
I'm
They
getting
don't
on
have
the
a
Small
teacup
World
big enough for you.
because I feel like it's super biased that it should be big and Small World.
I
It
think
shouldn't
that's
just
like
be
a felony or something. Like you should relax.
Yeah, you're going to hurt everybody on there.
They're not going to let you
Don't
in.
take
They
the joy
definitely
away
let
from
you
them
in.
kids
Well,
like
we're
that.
gonna figure that out. All my big backs, we going to the Wildin' Out tour, and then we going to It's a Small World.
And I hope the
together.
president of the Small World just stops all y'all and says, hey, it's a small world. Emphasis on small.
Well, we gonna change that. It's a new change. Big back lives forever.
Jesus
Fat
Christ.
lives matter.
Well, check out
Wildin'OutLiveTour.com.
Check out Big Mac in Orlando at the Wildin' Out tour. All right. Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, and it comes from Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, man. Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, I love him. I love his books. You should read The Power and Intention if you haven't. But Dr. Wayne W. Dyer once said, you may have convinced yourself that giving is impossible because you have too little for yourself. If you are not generous when it is difficult, you will not be generous when it is easy. Generosity is a function of the heart, not the wallet. Remember that. Have a great day, y'all.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?